today. From Ford Field in Detroit. It's week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions. And get them down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. On first down, it's gone. And this one taken in by Cephas. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 2nd and 10. That's Tom and St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Out to his left. He'll drop this one off to Swift. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now a play fake, and it's off. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Third and 2, Goff. Rolling to his left. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
And a fresh start for DeAndre Swift and his teammates with this brand-new coaching staff. And they believe he can be a 3-down back. They want to get him in space against linebackers. 46 catches his rookie year. They expect that number to get into the 60s.
Forced out to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. This is shaping up to be a really nice look. Kyle Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the... So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Here's Swift. And this thing gets blown up well behind the line. But the marker is down on the field. Who's this against? They had stopped him for a loss on the right anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty. You still couldn't gain yards against us.
Catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal
Takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jared Goff, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drive stretch is insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They run out of the shotgun with Moster. And he'll get this up past the 45 to 47. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo going to throw deep for the end zone. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, 29 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And with the marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
When the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. And here's a good way to kick off a drive complete over the middle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Now Goff on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
That's an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
These two teams all tied after one. Back-to-back plays have them on the move on first down. Now gone. A beautiful fake. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
Containing has become a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because of a lot of misdirection now. They try and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kawhi Williams. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Levi Onwuzurike in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They hand it off to Mostert. And a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Always got some breathing room. Taking it right down Broadway. The 40. The 20. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
That's on the guard, Laken Tomlinson. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Back near his goal line. Here's Garoppolo. And this is caught off a deflection. And he's back to his own 1-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error. Here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 23. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball to coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Gone. Steps away. Touchdown! DeAndre Swift from a yard out, and the Lions have taken the lead. See, it didn't seem like they were so focused on the guys out. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming. Now the try here for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand and get the ball to him.
Three going down the left side. It's a foot race. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 78 yards. And the 49ers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Goal for the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. Well, almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun. Goff on the move to his left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Goff on first down. He's got Merriman. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So we've reached halftime here on opening week. We will save the week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places. How many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
60 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Here's Mostert. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. If they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
On second down, Mostert. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. There's Garoppolo to throw. Got a man, that's Richie James. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before the defender steps forward. Example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. His way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. Indeed, he gets another first down.
That's a little bit of a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. He's been quiet in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, we have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath and stay over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy. But on a man-to-man and try to limit it touch. Keep mixing it up, give different angles, different looks like a good boxer does.
He can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down. From the gun, here's Goff. Out to his left. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds.
That's a nice job there knowing what his options are. He's out of the pocket to his left. And I thought maybe think about running with this one, but he uses his vision instead. Finds his man on the left sideline, and they convert on third down.
Left side completion was tight end, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
To the air again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Here's Goff. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he's going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first and 10, it's Swift. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Now Goff.
6-1 toward the sideline, completes it to Perriman.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
A lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm gonna keep Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamal Williams taking it in from a yard out. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point gets something good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all to score as the kick's away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Niners set to take over on offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll start on the ground with motion. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be second and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. James has got it, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds it.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, 49ers. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth. Gold with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. A yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And Detroit getting set to go now. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
How many times have we've seen this late in the fourth quarter because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
On first down, gone. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. Buying time to his left. He'll get this off to Swift. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Goff now looks to throw. Steps away. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4.
How about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On the move to his left. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they will get it down, but not for very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Goff. Out to his left. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call flatliner. Level in everything he does, and the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now it's gone. Steps away to his left. This is caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Counting down to 30 seconds remaining. Goff now to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and the touchdown at PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. From a couple yards deep, bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards. He's taken down right at the 20. The 49er offense to get this drive underway. They have a little Time here to get into field goal range, not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
And as we said, they control their own destiny now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. First throw of OT for Garoppolo. On a heavy rush, and down he goes. That would have set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. And this one is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Garoppolo now.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over.
Yeah, Detroit back in possession of the football.
Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Throwing again on second down. Goff rolling to his left. And this is incomplete. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug, getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're games.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to the guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. At that time, there was very little. I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. tie game, a fourth down conversion in overtime in a tie game.
So many factors go into making that call, and a lot of it is a head coach feeling the rhythm and understanding his team. Sometimes you think, okay, we better get this tag right now. We might not have enough left if we let this game extend. Let's go get it, end it, and get a victory.
Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they've got 2 timeouts. Maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards that comes to run like that, I count it as an explosive play. They set the defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Swift.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guy poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And that will break our tie and give him a 3-point lead. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Lions, it's a victory for Jared Goff in his debut in the Motor City.
And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they go down to defeat here in the
salute when you see me. That jealousy is an ocean, and you either float or you sink. Moment of truth, credit check, you not approved. BB King, I'm in love with the blues. Don't start me up, I got finishing moves. Look, salute when you see me. Slid through all the commotion, it's breaking news, they got an ad on TV. Popping out over my politics, probably in a section where you not admitted. My honey's matching my Dodger fitted, playing all go, ain't no stopping in it. Look, salute when you see me, I bought her a CC, and that was her first. Disgusting with do for a purse, disgusting with do for the clout. I'm one of the realest, the realest could vouch. They thought I was gone, but all I doubt, you gotta play my next around. Salute when you see me. Put in the car to my runner, get to you speedy. Still thugging like the days when they weren't here in my CD. Made it out of the trenches, nigga, salute when you see me. Yeah, salute when you see me. I'm getting greedy, I blow the whole budget on me, that's on me, I'm conceited. Treaty, nah, that ain't how we treat it. This right here sound like a three-peat. I put the in it sound like I'm knee deep, I'm like, oh, you too needy. Me and HB going Juvie and BG, they gotta put my face on the box of Wheaties. I'm praying for whoever think they compete. Salute when you see me. That's all he ever, so that's how you greet me. I'm going TM 101 cheesy, and plus they got D2 on repeat. I'm with the love of my life for like 3 weeks, cause that's all I needed. She wanna go on a trip and retreat, but I'm sorry, I never retreated. I set the bar so high that you might as well leave it. I'm going undefeated, I've broken the system, had to breach it. That's mission impossible, mission completed. Salute when you see me, yeah. God and the genie, I want you to love me, I want you to need me. When I this face is feet, I gotta get back to the hood. I remember when I was the needy. Clean me up, squeaky. She fell in love deeply. Sleepy. They like when I say they repeat me. Yeah, look, all this money I be spending on BBs. That's why you gotta salute when you see me.